was basically that the land over there was in families' generations. Like they had it for hundreds of years, so they can't technically take it. But now with a natural disaster, they can take it because they have laws and bills in place to where if something happens, they can step in and say, "Hey, we need to take the land back," or whatever the case may be, because they want to build hotels and high rises and all that stuff over there. So they're saying that Hawaii technically isn't a state and they're conquering it right now, and that's what's happening.
All right, what's good, Block Nation? I'm Queen.
I'm D.
And I'm Maverick. Welcome to Block Nation. Make sure you guys go to shopblocknation.com to get yourself some merch today. Also, text Block Nation to 26786 to get our text opt-in when we go live, new merch, anything that we have, you will hear it first. Text Block Nation to 26786.
Yeah, make sure y'all text that number. All right, y'all. So we are going to talk about Maui, the Maui situation today. We're gonna talk about Deion Sanders in Colorado. And then we got some JP Morgan news. So y'all in for a treat today. So go ahead and get your popcorn because it's getting ready to get good. But yeah, y'all. So it's a Maui video that I came across on TikTok. And we're gonna show the video right now.
I'm speaking on behalf of the Maialua family because that's our family from Lahaina. We basically want accountability of people who are responsible for this. We have questions in regards to the electric company, why they never turned off the power that day, and they should be held liable for this. People should be held liable for this because this is gross negligence. This should be standard operating procedure that power should have been turned off. The police, why did the police block people from coming and exiting? They had lines of people lined on Front Street, and people's lives have been lost because of that. Police was blocking the road over there by Chart House, and that the lines was not down from Wahikuli yet. Is it the only place, Kilauea, Mauka, where Halemahaolu burnt down? I was told by people who escaped there on foot that the officer had blocked the road. People could not get out. My brother literally had to go cut the chain off of the old sugar mill camp area to let people out at the top of Kilauea, Mauka. And that's how people got out, because the roads were all blocked. Hundreds of people were backed up there with people in their cars, and a lot of people lost their lives, from what I understand. It needs to be investigated by a third party that is not associated with the government. We don't trust the government because of what has happened. The state wants to purchase all this land and come in and open it for the working class and also work. Does he think that he should get this land? This land belongs to the people already. People in Lahaina are angry. Like, I'm an attorney myself. And I question, there's so many things that are questionable that has happened here. And we need to have clarity, transparency on all these things. We were blocked out from coming back into Lahaina. I was blocked out several days. I could not come in. There was chaos. People was rioting at the stops. People told us it was fires, but my cousins told me it actually was riots going on over there, right? With the police officers families wanting to get in. It was mad craziness in the beginning. Now it's all kind of settled down. We're wondering what's on those documents for FEMA. I don't know what's on the documents myself. I haven't seen any documents. I don't even know. And we're afraid to sign documents because right after that, the governor says, oh, I'm going to take the land. The government is liable for this, grossly negligent, at least if not criminally negligent. And they should clean up all that land, restore that land to the people who own that, because they failed here. They failed.
Yeah.
All right. So did y'all see that video with the lawyer guy?
That's wild, yo. That is wild. I mean, it's unfortunate that these people are going through this stuff over there, but it seems a little, awkward that, people is, talking about how the people that's supposed to help them are actually, not, and I don't know. That shit was wild. I'm speechless.
For real. I mean, he honestly said some stuff that is questionable and it should be investigated. Like, trapping. The thing about the police officer trapping people.
Yeah, with the officers barricading people in. He said they were literally had to break chains. So like it's weird that they're blocking people in. And also now that they have video of this, now where everything happened, there's huge barricades that we can't see anything, what's going on, what they're building. They're talking about, how he said in the video, The government is trying to take over the land.
Mhm.
A lot of real estate is being bought up. It's crazy.
And
No.
I'm glad he emphasized that that land belongs to the people. So this is for entertainment purposes only. It's pretty much proof of evidence that this was not an accident, but the fact is that he was saying that, you guys need to pay for this, you guys need to restore this land and you guys need to pay for it, and this land belongs to the people. Because I think he said the governor there said that they were gonna buy the land, or they would, pretty much they taking it from them. And
Mhm.
I'm like, that's
Yeah.
now we and the fact that they came out with that so fast, like you already saying you gonna buy. These people are devastated. They just lost their homes. People died. I mean, it's a lot going on, and all you gotta say is you gonna buy the land. That's
Nah,
that's what you ready to talk about?
nah, it's crazy because when it happened that same week, I saw a video circulating where people was giving out food and the police showed up and was pretty much stopping the people from giving the food out, because I
Yeah.
guess you can't do that technically, but at the same time, these people just lost everything, like you said. So are the police officers just following orders? What type of orders are they
Yeah.
following, right?
Yeah.
That's
They just carry, like you said, they carry out orders, and who's giving the orders. And not only that, if you guys, have I did a deep dive on this on my on Maverick Approach. So did you guys know that not only the people, the victims, got a one-time payment of $700, but the people who are helping FEMA, they're staying in $1,000 a night hotel rooms. Make it make sense.
On whose
That's
dime?
crazy.
On whose dime?
So you got $1,000 a night hotel that they paying for, but all you could get in was $700 a piece. But get this, I heard that some of the police officers was even questioning the orders, and some of them, was like, I ain't doing that. So that's when with some corruption going on. Because most of the time, police officers don't question orders; they just go and do it.
Right.
They let you know, I'm just doing my job. I'm just doing my job. But now some of them is like, wait, like wow, wait a minute, like that doesn't make sense. So that's how it's some crazy stuff going on in Maui right now, y'all. That's how it's crazy when the police is like questioning orders.
All right.
And just to add the cherry on top, you got billionaires asking for you guys to donate.
Yep.
Come on.
Billionaires that people that own land and houses over there, they're asking us regular people for donations to help Maui. And it's two billionaires at that. Or one of them is close to being a billionaire. If he's not, he close to it. It's still a lot of money. Asking us for bread.
Yeah.
When
Come
inflation
on,
is high, all this other stuff is high.
the economy is in shambles. You asking for all this money. They already said 61% of Americans have maxed out credit cards. They most people who still got COVID money is gonna run out. They said by the end of this year, and you're asking us, can we donate to Maui while you over there sitting on billions of dollars?
Yeah. Where's the help? Like, where's the government help? Where's the assistance? Because $700 ain't gonna cut it. Like, these people lost their homes. Some people lost their lives. Families are split up. Like, some roads were blocked off to where people had to jump literally into the ocean. And that's the only way to get out. So it was that bad. So it doesn't make sense.
Sad, bro.
That's mad wild, But all that money went to another country, I'm not gonna say the name, but there's a war going on.
Yeah,
over there.
we got, I mean, Tupac told us already, man. They got billions for war, but they can't feed the poor. So they ain't even taking care of home, but we taking care of other countries. But you want to know what's also sad? South Korean government is pledging $2 million worth of aid to Hawaii to support relief efforts on Maui.
But we can't. That don't make no damn sense. That don't make no damn sense. That make no damn sense, man.
But there is a conspiracy theory, though, for this whole thing. There is a conspiracy theory. They're saying, and there's some documentation that I've seen. They're saying that Hawaii is currently being conquered, and they're saying that Hawaii is actually not a state.
Mm-hmm.
It's occupied territory by the United States. The land over there was in families' generations. Like, they had it for hundreds of years, so they can't technically take it. But now with a natural disaster, they can take it because they have laws and bills in place to where if something happens, they can step in and say, hey, we need to take the land back or whatever the case may be, because they want to build hotels and high rises and all that stuff over there. So they're saying that Hawaii technically isn't a state and they're conquering it right now, and that's what's happening. So I saw a video on TikTok, and there's different bills and stuff. They're just saying that it's occupied land by the US. It's
They really
crazy.
didn't buy it. Oh, so that's crazy.
Yeah.
So they trying to get back what they want.
So it's documentation to prove that that land is just, you know, occupied. That's it. It's documentation to prove that. Okay,
Exactly.
it don't really sound like a theory, but okay.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, that don't sound like no damn theory to me, man.
But it's a conspiracy theory.
I say my heart goes out to the people out there still suffering over some political shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that shit crazy.
Yeah, that wasn't fair. The people that lost their lives, the children that are missing. I won't go into that because of YouTube.
Ooh, heard about that too.
Yeah, we ain't gonna go into that. That's Rumble Talk. But you know, to those families that are missing loved ones, and people that are and people and just, you know, people that are missing, it's sad. You know, it's a sad situation that they had to be in the middle of greed, pure greed. That's all this is a bunch of greedy people arguing, you know, or, you know, because they want this and they want that. So, really, I really pray for them, and I wish, you know, that everybody have a better, you know, a full recovery, and their lives are much better than what it was before coming out of this, because they deserve it, because that's messed up. But yeah, so listen. This is okay. Maverick played basketball. D played basketball, football. Okay, we all play sports. I am not a big fan of coaches. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put that out there. I'm not a big fan of coaches. I have a testimony with coaches, but Deion Sanders has made me a believer in coaches again. He's made me a believer, bro. What Deion Sanders has done for these football players, not just Colorado, but for these players, is absolutely amazing. So we definitely got to talk about the greatness that we just got to witness on Saturday with Colorado beating TCU and Deion Sanders proving all doubters wrong. So I mean, did y'all watch the game? I bet money on the game. Shout out to Deion. Thank you. I'm eating good right now. I played my bet on Colorado.
Wait, did you guys like your coaches in high school?
No. And let me tell you, that's the thing. That's why I don't like coaches. I went through three different coaches in high school.
Okay.
I mean, certain coaches, certain things. You know, I didn't play high school ball, but I played like before then. And, you know, certain coaches is cool. You know, I mean, I get it. You know, I mean, you got to be a hard ass, but it's like, damn, yo, like
it ain't even about them being a hard ass. With coaches, the issue is you can't only have confidence in your starting five, or you can't just have confidence in your 2 or 3 favorite players on the team. Well, for basketball, I know football might be a couple more. You can't do that and then one of these players go down for an injury, or they get in foul trouble, or something happens, and now you got to put in your bench players and you don't have confidence in them. That energy transfers to the player on the court.
Well, the good ones know what to do in those type of times. They know how to rotate their players in and out.
Like, the Deion has confidence in his whole team. I've never seen that before from a football coach, basketball coach, baseball, soccer, track. I've never seen a coach display confidence in every single player on that roster. I've never seen that before. He treated every player on that field that was getting ready to take on that field the same. I have never seen that. And I played a lot of sports. I've been to a lot of games, professional, college, high school, AAU, Little League, you name it. I've never seen a coach display that much confidence in a team that he just put together one season before the season started. It's a whole brand new roster. You know what I'm saying? And you would have thought them boys been playing for the last 2-3 years together.
I feel like Deion was built for it. That before. Deion was built for it, though. You know, like he was built for it. Like when you hear him talk, and when you hear him talk about these young kids that he's mentoring and coaching and stuff like that, you know, he puts a lot of effort into it. You know, like because when he was down at what college was it? Was it Jackson State?
Jackson. He was at Jackson State.
Yeah, he was at Jackson State. Like he was really putting his all down in there, and they was winning. He was winning. Mm-hmm. And you know, if you know anything about the coaching game, you know that like as soon as they start winning in the program, they immediately get picked up by like a bigger program or with more funding somewhere else. You know, that's just the way the game go. But, you know, for him to lay that foundation down and really be an inspiration and walk in his truth, walk in his power like that, and actually go out there and perform the way they that they performed. It's like, damn, yo, how can you
Yeah.
how can you dismiss
Yeah,
that?
these are very formative years for, like, the age demographic that he's dealing with. Like, so when you're very encouraging, you putting your all into it, you're not just there for a check, that's gonna translate on the field. That's gonna translate into the players, and they're gonna give their all. And that's the thing when, Queen was saying she didn't like her coach. My coach, I had multiple coaches, because I played, JV and varsity. And I felt like, to be honest, the JV coaches were better than the varsity coaches,
Yeah, I
because
had
they're
the same
really,
experience. I had the same experience.
man, they were really pouring into us. They were like, we was like top dogs in our division. So, like, when it gets higher up and it's more about the politics and all this other stuff, it gets a little cloudy. And when I
That's
start
the
playing varsity,
problem with sports.
yeah, it's very
Yeah.
political, and it's about, okay, now do we have scouts looking? We got to make sure we play him, and doing all this other stuff, and
Yep.
it gets
Yep.
Yeah, it gets tricky, and that's the main problem with sports. But I think that what Deion did for Colorado, I don't think another coach can do, because Colorado told this man straight up, we want to sign you for $29.5 million, but we ain't got the money. But we're gonna get it. I know we're gonna get it. This school ended up, the fans crowdfunded $28 million. Can y'all believe that?
Insane.
That's great.
Insane.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So when
Crazy.
in the middle of a recession, mind you. You know what I mean? So,
Right. Right. More like a depression, but that's another
Yeah,
conversation.
well.
But yeah, the crowd fund $28 million for a coach that had only coached at an HBCU prior to coming to Colorado is just another. Coach K can't even do that. Coach K from Duke. Coach
Yeah.
K can't come out of retirement and go coach at another school and do what Deion did. The school can't tell Coach K, I want to pay you basically $30 million, but I ain't got the money yet. But we gonna get it. He'll probably make the money throughout the season, but he ain't gonna get. But they ain't even played a game at that stadium yet, and they already got the money for it.
They
To
already had
pay
the
him.
money. I mean, they use the
That's
hell out of his
crazy.
name, yo. And
That's
his
crazy.
brand. His brand
Yeah.
is huge. You know what I mean? Because he's just always been a winner. His whole
Yeah.
career. Even after he played, started. Was he doing broadcasting before he went into coaching? He was winning at that. He was very
Yeah.
charismatic and all that stuff. So it's just like, there's nothing he
Yeah,
couldn't
and
do.
then he started coaching his son.
Yep.
Listen, Deion been at it for a minute. I don't think a lot of people know that he was coaching his son in high school. And the son, it was time to go to college. He takes the Jackson State job. He tried to put HBCUs on. Let me tell you how Jackson State fumbled the bag. Jackson State was not so. Deion said that I think he said that they broke into his office or the locker room or something like that, like 2 or 3 times throughout the season at Jackson State. So, of course, after the first time it happened, it's like, all right, this shouldn't happen again. And Jackson State just wasn't putting the security measures together to make sure that this man, like, you got to feel like, if you at an HBCU, HBCUs are in the hood. It's, you know what you're dealing with. So if you don't feel safe and you don't feel protected, it's like, I don't know if I can really be here. Like, I got kids, I got, you know what I'm saying? I got a fiance, I got to be here. You know what I'm saying? So if they bold enough to get into my office and take watches and cell phones and, then I got these players in here who can't afford to lose their shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if y'all not going to take the proper security measures, I don't really want to coach here. You know what I'm saying? And if the locker room getting broken to because I'm the coach and because of my presence here, I'm gonna have to step away. And I just feel like Jackson State, but that's what most HBCUs do, man. I don't know if that was intentional or what, but that's how Jackson fumbled them, bro.
That's why I felt like intentional. Like, I don't know. It felt like it was. I don't know.
It happened. What you gotta think that it felt intentional to me too, because it's in Mississippi. So I'm gonna leave it at that because I don't go too far on that.
Yeah.
But it's Jackson State. Like, state colleges are usually state funded, so they usually have, what they need to have.
No, they have security. They just don't do. This is the thing. Like, you gotta think, this is Mississippi. This is the poorest state in the country. So you gotta think, if you were a finesse or you were, a drug dealer, somebody around there that's bad for the people in them type of areas. If I walk up to a security guard who only making $18 an hour to stand at this door and I say, here goes 5 racks for you to act like you don't see nothing, you think they ain't gonna take it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's
Sound like
that's
That's
the way
what
the
we
game
dealing
go.
with. That's what we dealing with.
Speaking of Mississippi, remember when Brett Favre was finessing
Yeah.
back what was he
Took all
finessing?
the
He took
He
all the
took money out from the welfare people, man. He took
yeah,
money
that
from the this
that was
already the
wild.
poorest state in the you know what I'm saying in the United States. Like man, look, that stuff. But that's
Insane.
how Jackson State fumbled him, bro. You know, so he had to get out of Mississippi. I feel like if he would have went, you know, to my HBCU, he would have had a different experience. But we ain't gonna go there. But
Wow.
he, you know, what I'm saying he was just in a situation, and I don't blame him. And you got to go on to bigger and better things. And at Colorado, you know, it's cameras, it's security everywhere. We got you know what I'm saying? It's not no janky cameras. We ain't dealing with no janky stuff. And that's just the facts. It is. I went to an HBCU, so I don't know why you think I'm
Same,
against HBCU. I
same,
went to an
same. I
HBCU.
went to HBCU
Right.
too.
So I
Me too.
vouch for them all the time. I want D1 athletes that's, you know, 5-star recruits to go to HBCUs, but HBCU got to do their part. So
That's true.
at,
That's
at
true.
the
And they
same
be having
time,
it. They be having it. You know what I mean? I went to my old school and I was just like, oh, y'all built a lot over here. You know what I'm saying? So they be having it. It's just where does the money go, right? At the end of the day.
we know.
Yeah.
Where's the
That's
money?
a whole conversation. Yeah.
Whole another conversation. But yeah, man, shout out to Deion, shout out to Colorado for that win, shout out to his son for throwing for over 500 yards. And I loved his comments after the game when he told them, you know, it wasn't too much of a difference from, you know, playing at that next level of college football. He was just like, you know, I was just at HBCU. He was like, I didn't even throw for 500 yards at my HBCU. Like he said, this is the most yards I done threw in a game. And so he pretty much just was like, you know, that he said people get caught up in all, you know, that conference talk and all that, and that don't matter. And I'm like, yeah, I'm glad you let them know. Like, you know, we all got to get on the same field, play with the same ball. And, you know,
Right.
I'm just glad, you know, I'm proud of him. I'm just glad that Deion proved all the haters wrong because they were saying that Colorado had the worst roster in college football and all types of nonsense. And it's like, then, hey, did y'all watch Deion after his post-game interview?
Oh yeah.
Did y'all see what he was when he went
Yeah.
on the when he went on the reporter? He was like,
Yeah.
"No, wasn't it you? Wasn't it you?" I was like, "Ooh,
Yeah, he's
call him
going in.
out." See, that's what I like.
He one of those that will keep receipts and you know will circle dates. He's one of those that will highlight names. He will remember you later on because he did that when he was playing. So he's definitely gonna do that after you know he's playing and you know coaching or whatever he's doing. He's gonna remember you. He's gonna remember you. So don't try to screw him over. You know what I mean?
Yeah, y'all might as well stop that now. If you say something negative and you can't back it up, and then he proved it wrong the next week, just be ready to get called out because you know what's coming. This ain't nothing new with Deion. He ain't switched up. This the same man that played for the Falcons, the Cowboys. This the same guy. I know you had some JP Morgan news that you wanted to highlight, so go ahead and tell them what's going on with that.
So you know how we love these institutions, we love these banks, you know what I mean? We've all had, you know, our stories of, you know, recent bank encounters and how they've been dealing lately, right?
They acting real shady, right, Maverick? They been acting a little funny.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to shout out to our Telegram and you know, make sure you join the Telegram because people be dropping fire in there all the time. Shout out to y'all right now because somebody, I forget who it is, I apologize. Somebody dropped a couple videos in there of JP Morgan Chase ATM machines in New York. I would think it was different parts of New York, and they were all down. They were all down, and I was just like, damn. And it was Sunday, this past Sunday, so September 3rd, my birthday. You know, it was all down. They was all down, and I was just like,
all right.
damn.
So tell them what you did. What did you do when you found out?
I got you. So I'm in Atlanta, and I'm like, all right, let me pull up to the bank. Let me see what's going on. Let me see if it's just here or there or if it's everywhere. So I pull up, and I see this. It's crazy. It basically said the ATM is down right now. It's down. It didn't give no reason why, but it said it's down.
I ain't never seen that like that. It normally say either the system is down, it's an error, or that joint told you to go use the JP Morgan app.
Go use the app. Go use the app. And
it said go to the app.
And not only did that happen, but last week, if you caught one of our lives, we was talking about how JP Morgan, they had 14 million ounces of silver. They was moving that stuff around. And that's news. That's news. You know, you got to dig for it, but it's news. They was moving around 14 million ounces of silver. So that happened. And now this happens.
So
No, they insolvent? They insolvent?
Not $14 million, you guys. 14 ounces.
14 million ounces of silver.
14 million ounces
crazy.
of silver. Oh my.
And did this under the radar type, like this is mainstream. Y'all know how much silver that is?
Yo,
and they
bro.
moved it around undetected.
Yo, guys, are they insolvent or what? What's going on? What y'all think?
I mean, if your ATM machines are down and I can't get cash out, I have no choice but to think you don't got no money.
Yeah.
You don't. How could you? Because they have to restock them, right? And if it's down, that means what? 9 times out of 10, to use ATM, you're getting money out.
Mm-hmm.
If you're depositing money in, then that's, one thing. But, to get money out, that's what you're going to ATM for, because the bank isn't open. So
I've never seen the ATM say right now this ATM isn't working. It normally says
right? down for maintenance or something like that.
It'll say maintenance, or it'll say or it'll be completely black. I've seen those before. They'll have a white piece of paper up. I've seen that. I've never just said, the joint just said right now this ATM ain't working. And then it says, in the meantime, you can use our Chase mobile app. I'm at the ATM machine clearly to either, get some, probably to get cash more than likely. And you telling me to go use the app? How the app gonna give me cash, nigga?
There's nothing you can do with the app.
And these are different cities. Nah, ain't nothing you can do. And these are different cities that happened in.
Right.
So, all the way from New York to Georgia, and I'm pretty sure I think it happened nationwide. Nobody said nothing about it, which is weird.
Most people on Sunday won't go to get no cash, so I don't think a lot of people saw it. No. So either they was okay, even if they not insolvent, they was doing something, and they was updating them systems. Something took place in that area, or they ain't got no money. It's one of the two.
Yeah,
they was doing some type of updates or something. Something was going on for the ATM machines to be down in both Georgia and in New York. And New York is they it's a lot of Chase banks around there, so that's
that's their hub. That's where dude is from. Jamie Dimon, he's from New York, so that's his hub. So
so that's a little weird.
That is weird. They ain't got it.
That's why these smaller banks are getting absorbed into these bigger banks, because they're insolvent, and they're just passing on the problem and kicking the can down the road. But eventually, it's going to catch up, and it's going to be a contagion. And
Absolutely.
This is why you gotta join our community, BlockNation. You know what I mean?
Join Block.
BlockNation
Telegram, real BlockNation, no spaces. Get in that Telegram, you guys.
Yeah, we get
you
the
already
news
know.
first.
Hey, for sure, and we get ready to just turn up even more and keep bringing y'all the real news, since the quote unquote media outlets ain't doing it. So we got y'all. But yeah, that's really gonna conclude this video today. That's what I'm saying. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you send this to your mama, your grandma, your auntie, all them people. Make sure you share the video. And I'm gonna let Mav tell y'all the text opt-in number one more time.
Yes, sir. So text BlockNation to 26786. The word BlockNation to 26786. That gets you into our text opt-in. So whenever we go live, drop merch, anything for your BlockNation needs, make sure you text BlockNation to 26786.
That's a bet, and we'll see y'all next time.
Peace.